To Edo GIS office at 102 Sapler Road, Benin City. Accept moments that I will look forward to your quick response. And this letter was dated 2nd of November 2022. To be precise, I was in the country when this letter came. So it was forwarded to me, and I immediately asked the secretary to check our records and respond immediately. And we sent this reply. Lydia Ginege, the functioning director of NANS, Edo State Geophysics Information Service, Royal Sapere University. The director requests for documents in respect of property occupied by Nigeria Union of Journalists. I am directed to refer to your letter on the above subject matter, dated November 2nd, 2022. And to forward here with a survey plan of the union's property on number 1, Sir Gabriel Millennium Way, GRA Benin State. Accept as usual the assurances of the union's highest regard. We have the approved survey plan here. Approved. And this was immediately forwarded. And we also have this signed by the Surveyor General as at that time in Edo State, 2007. So we thought that was okay as at that time. Last week, the MD of Edo GIS, Mrs. Osaro Aye, called me and said that they received a letter and the document will forward that Surveyor General approval is null and void, and that it cannot be treated, and that even the Surveyor General that even signed it might even be disciplined by the state government for signing this. I just thought it was a normal joke, and then there was an altercation. So I asked him, what do you know? He said the backside, and we forcefully entered the land at the backside. And that they came here with some people until later on, before some journalists started saying that they were seeing some expatriates, enough security men, they've been coming to the press center to study and eventually take over. And she told me that they were ready, and that as we speak right now, they are set. That we forced our way, the fence by the water tap there, that we broke it and accessed the backside. So I'm happy that the person who did that fence is even in this place right now. So after much, she told me that any men from that time, they were coming to take over, and that the place belonged to Edo State government. And she went further to tell me that they are working on moat and other thing, and they want to work. And that reminded her that a governor in Edo State built the NUJ guest house, which we are occupying now. And there is the second phase of the NUJ guest house. That is what we have here now. I need the camera to picture this. This is phase 2 of the NUJ secretariat, which we have. It's only a witch journalist that will not support this kind of arrangement. So we said we try to get people to help us and see how we can work this. And this is progress. So I told her, she said, no, we should not go further to do any other thing. So at that point, we had strong conversation, and the line went off. She didn't call me back, I didn't call her back. The impression is that anywhere from that time, the premises will be invaded. Is that not so, my people? Yes. So I immediately asked the secretary to convey a meeting of all the past chairmen. I'm just less than a year, and it's a battle I cannot fight alone. So I called all the past chairmen from the beginning. About 9 chairmen came. And the other year is over 80, sir. Am I right?
Yeah, it is my relation.
Our over here was the former Midwest on the NUG.
From this location?
Yes. He was one of those who built this structure. And we went further to get the GM of Lacuna cement factory who presided over construction. with free cement as at that time. I've got to know from records that it was built by Dr. Osagbogbo Ogodomo. The land was given by Oba Akezwa II. And I've gotten details already from the planners of the other on this. Therefore, and that Osagbogbo Ogodomo, the government, employed £500 to support the project. As military, we have gone through so many military administrations. Therefore, it became an issue. So right there, I told them, I'm going to manage this fight to you people. So I've since handed the matter to past chairman and the leaders who were on ground when this church came. So that has been the situation. So but we really moved from there to the SLG, who caused detention. I commend the secretary to the state government for his wisdom. I could see wisdom in him. And he really asked us to say, okay, go to investigate and call the woman. I started talking so many stories. From there, I got to know that I'm sure something must be wrong somewhere. I'm not trying to take away the governor from this, but it's like something went somewhere, and I'm not too sure if the governor is the not me we talk about, but that's what I discovered. So we have to now channel our fight towards the MD of Edo GI for trying to embarrass Edo State government with some of these actions. And that story will remain. We continue to publish until she come here to apologize to the union. Because even if you want to do anything, I'm not speaking for government, it's my understanding. There's supposed to be clear understanding, there's supposed to be approval from certain quarters before so many things can go. In Nigeria, we know journalists or journalism professional is the fourth state of the realm. We have the judiciary, the executive, the legislature. We are seen as one of those who check all these arms of government. And we cannot be pushed to or thrust to the corner. So this is the situation right now. And as this negotiation was going on, sir, some journalists got to know. Most of the correspondent members, they got to know, and they started approaching me. So at that point, I called the national president because I wasn't ready to respond because I don't know what will come thereafter. So I told them, I'm not going to respond, I'm not going to speak. So I called the national president. I said, take your inquiries to the national president of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, who is the owner of all the properties of the Nigerian Union of Journalists in 36 states of the Federation and also in Abuja. So they called him and they have since made his position known to say that we should try as much as possible to resist them. But I know even while we are resisting, we must resist it in a civilized way, because the governor is one person who has supported this union from day one to this moment. So I don't know where this thing is coming from. It's like whether I'm a devil, I don't understand. The governor who brought us money, gave us light, which we are enjoying now. A governor who brought out money, posted all the journalists in Nigeria less than a week, and they have supported us in every area. We are even looking at his projects, we are reporting. What is going on? I don't know about that. So that is where we are at the moment. Finally, we want to make our position known that the Nigerian Union of Journalists is not ready to see the portion of his landed property situated at number 1 Gabriel way to anybody or group of persons. And I want to say openly, it will not be under my watch. If I'm pushed, I am ready now to tender a letter of resignation as chairman of the Nigerian Union of Journalists Edo State Council, and I will take the work. I will leave the fight for the past chairman to continue.
Never did that.
Because that is not why I came in here. I didn't come to take over the union or the landed property to be taken over. So I want to say this, I've written the letter, it's on standby. I've signed it, just to prove it, I will submit it, I will walk away. It can't happen. That's what they call over my dead body. I don't want to use the word over my dead body, but all you have to say is
You know that.
I'd like to invite Comrade Mike Aladenika, former chairman of the union, who did the survey plan, and who had the wisdom, if not self, I don't even see anything to present.
I'm not from Edo State. I am from Ondo State. But I have lived and worked in Edo State for 30 years. I rose to be council chairman in this place. And while I was council chairman, I studied the situation down to the balance, the genesis of everything, before I came up with the proposal of these phases of development of NUG. When I wanted to start this job along with my SO, the current secretary of council was my treasurer then. Comrade Osakwe was my secretary then. And we sat down at the SO level and we said we needed to develop this place so that we don't go cap in hand looking for money when we need money. That was the concept. And the first place we went to find out about the expanse of land was the palace. Because I learned that a Benin monarch donated this place. I wanted to know the extent, and it was confirmed. Chief Osaroeda was there in the palace. And they gave us certain things and information upon which we worked on. We took the next step, and I approached the governor then, and I told them, this is what I wanted. And the governor said, go to the Ministry of Lands and do all your checks. You are a journalist, go and check. I went to the Ministry of Lands. On getting there, the commissioner then showed me on his wall Benin Master Plan. Out of the Benin Master Plan, he located and situated the UNUJ Press Center. And I told him, I want the survey. He said I should apply. I applied for it, and officially I paid on behalf of the union the sum of 30,000 naira, and it was officially received from government. After which the survey plan was issued and signed by the Surveyor General of the state. The survey that was issued to us was the product of the Benin Master Plan. It was extracted from the Benin Master Plan. After which we decided and gave the survey plan to our own architect. Seeing the survey plan, it was only two structures that we had in the survey plan. The building where we are in now and the guest house, which is the small one. Every other thing here was vacant, which I gave to the architect who designed this that you are seeing here. And in the concept of designing this, we came to realize that should you lump everything together the way it's on the survey plan, we know what journalists can do. It's supposed to be a 5-star hotel. Should a big politician come and lodge in NUJ and there's no barricade, it's a free entrance, journalists can go and look at the big man who is in the hotel and begin to snoop on him. We now decided, okay, the architect, please barricade the NUJ from the business press center, so that if a journalist is coming in here, we now have to do this fence with a gate house. So the woman that came and said we broke in, he lacks knowledge. She did not do her homework well. She would have investigated, how did this come? How did this come? I built the fence in question as a gate pass into the hotel complex, and there's a security post there. The thinking was, if a journalist out of his own way wants to go and see somebody in the hotel, he must be checked for security of those who are in the hotel, so that you don't come and visit us and you see yourself on the front page tomorrow. So when you go in there and you say you want to see Otumba Mekaladineka is in the hotel there, they say which room? You send them the room, at the security gate there, they will call the room, are you expecting somebody? Say yes, please allow him. That is when the journalist can go there. If you don't pass through that, you don't have a business there except for here. This is where it's exclusive for us. So for somebody to stand up and wake up that we broke in, the person must have been talking from the psychiatric end of the world. Not only that, the structure that is presently there was built by Governor Lucky Binedion during Ogadele and Naifoge's tenure. So if a governor could have come to this place acknowledging the fact that it belongs to you and built a structure for you there, that is one. When we were to do this, 3 governors came to site here and they laid the foundation along with Governor Lucky Binedion, Governor Ojiuso Kalu and Governor James Onanefebori. They were all here and they laid the foundation in that place. But for the fact that we did not get sufficient funds to do this, by now this structure is supposed to be standing there. The proceeds of what we were able to raise then was what happened here. That's why you have this cost here as the first phase, awaiting the second phase. Now we are ready to do the second phase. You say we are no longer the owner. As if that is not enough. I also did my check that in Benin, what are the traditional boundaries? Is either is a river or is it no wait, not even the moat. Is either a river or is it even tree or palm tree. I asked questions for that. Why even tree? They explain the traditional connotation of even tree. What about palm tree? They said palm tree had a long lifespan. Get to know this today. These chains of palm trees you see there, they did not just grow on their own. When this land was allocated, the Oba there say mark it with palm trees. From third road to the end, you will see the areas of palm trees on a straight line, which implies the Oba gave the land and gave the boundary. Today we are hearing that they want to reclaim moats. We as journalists know where the moats are in Benin. This is not the only moat. There are moats in Benin. How many have the government reclaimed? We know the moat in New Benin, where 3-story building in Abatia Road is standing. It cannot be reclaimed. We know the moats in where buildings are standing, they are not being reclaimed. It's only the moats where palm trees are standing belonging to LEJ that is to be reclaimed. We don't have an issue with that. Come to think of it, what's the name of this center? Oba Ogwola NUJ Press Center. How did it come by? I was in a position, I was the one that named it. I could have named it the Oshemo Welfare NUJ Press Center because that was my Oba. But we dug into history. I applied formally, saying that Oba Ediawa, you have been so nice to journalists. You host us every time and you play with us. We want to name the president after you. And the man said no. I have a Ediawa this, a Ediawa that. I will have said name it after my father that gave you the place. Oba Akenzwa. He says, see Akenzwa Cultural Center. See your press center is too close. But don't worry, I will call my chiefs. They will find a name for you. When the name was ready, they called me. I went back to the palace. Baba, I'm here. He said, yes, they have found a name for you. And we were formally written. They said the name given to you is your landlord. I said, landlord? He said, yes. I said, but Akenzwa is our landlord. You say Akenzwa gave you the place. But who owns the place? He said, Oba Ogola owns the place. He dug the moat. And it is the moat severe where his harem of wives were. See, where you are occupying is close to the heart of the Oba Ogola, where his wives used to stay. So we have given you the place, so name it after your landlord. That's how you got Oba Ogola NUJ Press Center today. So if an officer of government did not dig well into history and came out to blab, you are dealing with journalists. We are custodians of history.
Oh, God bless you.
So you can't take us on that alley and you think we'll fold our hands and be watching. No way. That's one. Then Edo G's. We appreciate what the government is doing. about land tenureship and what have you with Edo Gist. Good. But when an establishment of government is brought on board, there should be a transition from the old to the new. The information we got from Ministry of Lands, they are not in Edo Gist today. Who's supposed to put it there? Benin master plan, is it in Edo Gist? No. Who's supposed to put it there? The government would have lifted the Benin master plan, lodged it in Edo Gist. So whosoever belong to that old school, Western region, Bendel, and what have you that are in Benin master plan, they are supposed to automatically be in Edo Gist. So you want me now to go to them and be finding what is not there? Let's go to land and house if it's not there, it's there. So it's your duty as government to go and put it there. Not our duty to go and say, I beg, help us take it from ministry, put it in Edo Gist. No way. Government is a continuum. So for the woman to say that what the Soviet General had signed years back, 2007, is invalid, and you can query the person, go and query him. Then you have to query the ones that signed the one of Midwest, and you have to query the one that signed the one of Western region. So what we are trying to say here is, what we are trying to say is this. We know Governor Obaseki. We know his intentions. But I may go to say that some of his lieutenants don't want sitting in those offices. She must go. She must go. Some of his lieutenants don't have a business being in government. Because I don't expect a government official who wants to acquire a place for government and does not know the history of that place. How dare you come to us and say you broke into this when we built it with our money? It's the insult of the highest order. And we're not going to take that. Thank you very much.
Almighty for giving me the grace to be alive. But some of the things that happens in the declining age, some of these ones we are almost experiencing today, that the land given to us by the Oba of Benin, somebody at some other decades are now saying it is part, it is not part of it. In those old good days, what the calamity will be very, very hard. Having said that, I think if somebody like Peter Irony has not died, it will bring all the documents to you. But nevertheless, the dynamism of journalism has brought it to the limelight that we started it in a very slow way, and the modern way of reporting has shown that progress is in place. At the time we were there, most of us have died. There's only few of us that are still alive. And journalists, as members of the Fourth Estate of the realm, have always been respected. They have been known for truth. When we talk of wealthy people, they are not there. But they are there according to the Holy Bible, that you must serve him in spirit and in truth. This time around, I want to say that the members of the Fourth Estate of the land used to work very, very closely with the government and government officials, including the civil servants. I want to pray that this same crop of people should be given the necessary respect. And I'm very happy that the new regime of the NUJ they have done so much that I am very proud of them. That's why I left my home to come. And I pray my nephew is here, the commissioner, that the message will be made clear that we are out to retain our property. We are not going to let it go. And I hope and I pray that that will be done, that we will move forward in Jesus' name. Yeah.
Edo State government is not taking over NUJ. I think we had what we call a communication or miscommunication. From the letter you read out a few minutes ago, I don't think there was anywhere you said they want to take over the property. What you had, the discussions you had, were public discussions, which we and the other government are not aware of. I've listened to everything everybody has said today, and we'll carry this message back to the government. But one thing is clear: we want to maintain our relationship. We're very proud, we're very happy the way NUJ Edo, all the journalists here have responded and have acted with us in the past 2 years at least. Personally, I have a very good relationship with most of you, and also a very feisty one with others. But all the time, we end up being on the good side of whatever work we are doing. And when I got the information a few days ago, I wasn't very happy because of the way the information, the questions were asked. Not as detailed as this, but it was like, we want to trick government, we want to trick government. I think government is so close to all of us that we shouldn't act as if we want to trick government all the time. This thing is not working. Can I just talk without these things? I don't think we want to trick government all the time. We, as a family, the NUJ and the government as a family, must have a communication bridge all the time, whereby when there's anything like this, you should be able to reach out. It was a shock to me when that, I actually thought it was a statement from you, which you corrected, that it wasn't a statement from the NUJ. But I'm glad we were able to actually douse that fire. But this was necessary. So we know, today we know a lot of the history. I'm very, very glad. This is the first time we heard about Ogbola. The most was to protect his wife from people like you know, it's also something, if we were to say it, that if we have tourists from Europe, sure, and they are going to go from these areas, they will say this boat was dug to protect Ogbola's wives from, and this is what makes history. We did not plan to demolish NUJ building. I would have signed it, put my signature on that without hearing from the government.
Or take over our betting land.
I've not discussed, no, I will not come here to lie to you. I've not discussed what I responded to in the press statement was that we want to demolish your land, want to put a Moa museum there. And I got specific response from His Excellency. And that's what I responded to. Yes, people came in, not just to this moat site, but the moat site across the city. What we complained about is that they came in here without talking to the chairman that we are bringing archaeologists and architects here to have a look. Do you understand? Not come in here and start writing letters. No, we do not accept that. It's not done. Your private affair, we don't accept. I will apologize on that. The process or the approach I believe was not done properly. We will go back here now. We have more information. We'll go back from here, go back and see that, find out now from them. I've not had time to do that over the weekend when I spoke, because this is something close to me, close to him, close to the government. When it involves the journalists, we did not take it lightly. We had to respond immediately and also come here to reassure you that our relationship will not be jeopardized. And that is why we are here. But we'll leave here today now. Go back and say what exactly is the position. And whatever the position is, the truth of the matter is we must tell you. Like the governor said, we do not plan to demolish your energy. Your energy is something very seriously. We do not. We do not. We will now, but you gave us the history you gave us just now. I don't think any of us had that history before. We didn't have, but I don't think, and like you said, the woman in the GIS probably did not also have the old master plan. You understand? Well, yes, we have a new modern master plan, but this is a marriage. It's not that you destroy one and bring another one. But we will, please, we will look at all these things. He's a journalist. I'm sure you know that. He cannot fight. You know? I'm not a journalist. I'm not a journalist. And I know the advice has given me on this issue. So we will make sure we are all happier for it. I want to plead with NUJ Edo chapter. Let us cool temper. Let us work with the way we always worked. Mutual respect, mutual trust. Whenever there is this kind of thing, let us quickly. Yes, we spoke about the SSG now, and we appreciate that. The same way you should talk to all those in the ecosystem. We will have this thing resolved. Please bear with us. We are sorry if it has come up the wrong way, but we'll have it resolved and work in such a way that we are all happy and for it at the end of the day. Thank you very much.
So are you saying that journalists should cease fire?
This is a fight in my own house. Because I'm a journalist first and foremost before anything else. If I did journalism for 20-something years, I won't be in the position that I am in today. So it's not a simple thing. So let me assure you that the government has the highest respect for journalists, both in this state and across the country. What has happened is very unfortunate. We believe that certain individuals, when you send somebody the message of a slave, you do it like a freeborn. Do it like a freeborn. How do you just come into somebody's property and start measuring it and start? That's very offensive. So I want to assure you that in the end of all of this, like the Honorary Commissioner has said, and I've been talking with him, but I didn't want to stay in front because let it not look like I want to join my people to fight. But fact is fact, and they are sacred. I want to assure you that just like everything else that they do with NUJ has brought peace and harmony and happiness to journalists. Like for example, this air conditioning that is blowing me from back to this light we are seeing here, so the brightness has come back to the NUJ, the development that we have planned for the future. Even the deputy governor is planning to come and build something. So let's rest assured that in the end we are all going to be very, very happy that nothing untoward will happen to us in NUJ. I believe that to be true. But we are going to go back now to His Excellency, brief him, sit with him, and get all these other people to sit with us, and then we'll come back with the full explanation and full whatever conversations we're going to have. We'll begin it, and in the end, I assure you that we will all be happy for it. Thank you very much.
Young men in position, they take steps as and when necessary. And we also want to say that we acknowledge all that His Excellency has done for the NUJ. We still expect more. And therefore, whatever has happened was not in any way meant to antagonize the government, but to react to the over-seriousness of an official who misinformed the governor and then incited the journalists against the governor. Because he was the one who said we broke into our own compound. And I'm sure that was the report he gave to the governor. that led to all this. And they came back and they started calling the government is interested in that land.
Yes.
That was an insight. And so such women, such officials, we should as much as possible try to reorientate them. In a democratic system like this one, and the kind of government our Governor Obaseki is running, which is very friendly to the press. Such women, such officials, not just women, who do not know how to approach issues, believe that you want to quickly do it to please some people. Meanwhile, you are displacing the whole system. There should be one, there should be a life. For us, as NUJ, since 2 days ago, Thursday or so when we met, we have already tagged our enemy as far as we are concerned. So we also want to express our gratitude to the SSA for the way he received us when we stormed his office without any notice. And the advice he gave us, they are also very, very, very helpful. We are following the processes. But we want to also assure our colleagues that even when I saw the report, I said, nobody, even somebody who was born mad, cannot attempt to take NUJ land. It's not possible. Because this land was given to NUJ Bende. Most of the journalists here were not born then. And so it's something that is totally impossible. And we also know that our governor is a very sane and thorough person. And he will not be misled. So thank you very much. Thank you.